mnaambiwa na nyinyi mnaangalia tu. Hebu jibu hiyo swali Polo amekuuliza.
I think one thing that we have failed is that there's some of the civil societies, and you think you remember that most of the civil societies have died in this country. And there are some of the things that they are the watchdog to raise some of the issues, because if I couldn't have come on this X, I could not have noted what is happening like in this Kakamega County. And I think from now, it is my duty now to go and write a question raising, asking the PS or the minister of the mining and to come and explain to give us the report on what exactly is happening. But a good idea to solve the matter that is there should be that framework that tells you that if this investor is coming, if he's not going to give the money like what is needed there, if they can enter into partnership,
Eric.
And maybe once we get into a partnership, we agree that this is the sharing formula of whatever we are going to get in from there, so that at the end of the day we can come to a conclusion. And I think the X space is raising. It is now coming to be a platform that is waking up. And we know that members of parliament, we are in different committees. So sometimes, like for me, I'm in the Committee of Agriculture. So I'm more conversed with the issues to do with the agriculture. Now you find like maybe if I'm not in the mining committee, I might not be able to know what exactly is happening and all. But still, we have a leeway whereby I can also go and write and seek a statement from the House and call upon the CS to come and explain to us on what is exactly happening. But because I'm still also in Western as we speak, I will also go and check and find out what is happening, and even also the Ministry of Environment of Kakamega County, whether they know what is happening and what is their way forward.
You've mentioned something about sitting in the agriculture committee. This livestock bill 2024, the one that has been tabled by Kimani Ichung'wah. Why?
Eric.
Yes.
Perhaps before you switch off to the livestock bill, allow me to weigh in on the mining issues. This is NDEGWA.
Yeah, go on.
And bring Mheshimiwa up to speed and tell him that what is lacking is not the framework. I don't know whether he's aware that in 2016 we enacted the Mining Act, which gave the framework on how mining and minerals will be exploited. And the beginning of that act, or the basis of that act, is that all minerals are held by the national government in trust for the people of the Republic of Kenya. There is no minister, there is no government that owns those minerals. They hold them in trust for the government of the Republic of Kenya. If you are to go in like Kipia, and I had a gentleman submitting those in that regard, all minerals, whether they are on private land that is freehold or they are on leasehold, the constitution speaks or states that they belong to the people of Kenya, and the government is the one that holds them in trust. If you look at the Mining Act, it has created the avenues where local communities can benefit. And it provides that 20% of equity deliverables from those minerals are to be left in for the benefit of those particular local communities. I was involved in the Mui Coal Basin, where the government of Kenya was doing a concession with some investors in South Africa. And why the whole process failed is because of the question of sustainable development, which the Westerners keeps on bringing and lifting up. And that is a question of globalization and how globalization is affecting our development, sustainable development, and the ability to determine our own course. Why Mui Coal Basin was not able to be exploited? Why Amu Power currently in Lamu is not able to generate power is because they were to use coal. When you go to the international arena, And you connect this with the question of environmental degrading and the question of global warming, they say that coal contributes to global warming and the degeneration and the wastage of environment. But you ask yourself, had it not been for that coal, the steam engine would never have ran. They would never have discovered the steam engine. So when the Westerners, when Mzungu want to develop, he uses coal. But when we Africans want to develop, we are told that coal is a dirty energy. Fast forward about the question of the benefit sharing agreement. Part of the reason why exploitation of Mui coal basin failed was because government was not able to agree with the investors on the benefit sharing agreement, which largely was involved in its negotiations. So when Mwashimiwa says he does not understand, when people are being exploited on day-to-day basis, when the law is providing on the basis of how to go about this issue, it tells me that we are being represented by inept people. It tells me that you're being represented in parliament by people who are incompetent. It doesn't matter whether Mweshimiwa comes from that region, whether he's a member elected from that constituency, he has an overall role of oversight. I want him to go and read a report by KPMG analysis. It was done again in 2016, and see how the KPMG have analyzed the Mining Act and the faults and the amendments that needs to be brought forth from the KPMG report. So that at the end of the day, he speaks from a point of information. If he shares his number, I'll share this KPMG report, and I'll also share it with you, Eric, so that individuals can see the potentiality that is there in our minerals and the concealment that government has done. And that's why we are saying bad governance has brought concealment of very material facts that Kenyans ought to know about. Thank you, Eric. Those are my submissions and observations in respect to the mining. The
Okay.
KPMG report is quite crucial when you want to understand the question of the mining. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Of course, there's that petition you've put in place to impeach the presidency. You will share it with us shortly. I'm back to you, Polo. Do you think the questions you've been asked have been answered?
No, not quite clearly as I had expected them. They were not as clear as I wanted them to be. But nitasamehea Salasya kidogo because I understand he's Peter Salasya. Now, I want to ask Mr. Okiya Omtata a very crucial question. Mr. Okiya Omtata, I need you to tell us about what actually happened with the titanium mining and the niobium mining that is still hasn't been touched in Taita Taveta County, Pale Mrima Hills. I need you to tell us about that. And as I'm aware, Jacob Juma had actually done analysis. The media reported the niobium that was there was estimated worth yake ilikuwa around 100 billion. But in his notes, and analysis, he has written 350 billion US dollars. Please expand on that. Please tell us what is going on. If you have any information that you'd like the public to know, that you'd like the 28,000 listeners here, you think they'd hear, they'd want to hear, please talk to us.
Peter, you can mute your mic. Peter Salasya.
Okiya Omtata, please talk to us. Nikaa nimeuliza swali moto eh? I know I'm playing with hot soup, but it's okay. If you don't have the answer to that, we'll just find out on ourselves. I don't think you have any other choice.
Is he there? Is Senator Okiya there?
Okay.
Yeah, I think the titanium that was discovered at the coast is a very sad story for this country. No serious country can export raw material. Titanium is one of the strongest metals in the world. So having exported the raw material in a raw material form was a very sad thing that this country did. The prudent thing would have been to leave it in the ground if those people who are there were not able to use it, so that the generation that could add value to it locally would have come up and utilized it. So I think it was a very, very sad thing, and it's not acceptable what happened to it, because just people made deals and exported the raw material, and titanium it has a lot of byproducts, and so we lost. We lost 100%.
What do you mean lost? Please expand on that. What do you mean lost? Ilipotea
Because
hivyo.
the opportunities that were available, we could have developed a proper industry there, and a proper, titanium is a very strong metal. So it was discovered in Kenya, and that would have been a chance for us to begin a serious industry, building a serious industrial base around it. They gave excuses that you don't have enough power to smelt, you don't have enough power to do whatever. But the whole thing comes down to what happens in this country. Even if you look at the tuna.
Mr. Okiya Mtata, who is this you are referring to as they? They gave excuses. Is it the government? Who do you have names? Can you cite out names? Mr. Okiya Mtata ni kama anatumia Airtel leo. What is going on? Eric?
The people who have we have got people in government, people in charge of government at that time. These are the people I'm referring to, who are in charge of the country, who are making decisions on behalf of the country. These are the people who should have made sound decisions to ensure that we benefited from that discovery. But it's not just